Hi everybody, it's your boy Outlaw Sean here with another video today. With the release of all these different fighting games over the past 2 years, we've seen kind of another renaissance in fighting games. So I often want to look back and think about all the fighting games I played as a kid, and I was like, why don't these games ever come out with another sequel? With games like Street Fighter V, Guilty Gear XR, even a new update, Guilty Gear XR Star, I think it's called, Tekken 7, Tekken 7 Faded Retribution. We're starting to see games from past getting sequels. From what I hear, I even think Soul Calibur is getting a sequel, I believe. I also forgot to add on KOF just released with another game, and it's fantastic. With all that being said, I want to make a wish list of sorts, or a top 5 list, whatever you want to call it, of fighters I would like to see come back with a sequel. Now, this is my list alone. If a fighter from your past didn't make it on this list, that's alright. You can leave a comment down below of 5 fighters you'll want to come back, and you can discuss it there. With all that being said, I give to you my 5 fighting games I wish will come back with a sequel. Coming up first on the list is Bloody Roar. During the 90s, it was a minefield of different 3D fighters, so to stand out you needed kind of a nice gimmick to your game. What Bloody Roar did is they had the mechanic of changing into an animal. By doing this, you're able to unlock new combos, power up your character, and deliver devastating blows to your foes. With the first game being released in 1997, Bloody Roar was hoping to really captivate audience with its new and fun gameplay. Okay, now we got Fighter's History. This is one of those fantastic mid-90s arcade classics that also had a few home releases. Fighter History was part of that group that just came after Street Fighter, so everybody was just getting into the fighting game genre. This was produced by Data East Studios. The first game being released in 1993 in arcades, and a year later being released in North America, Fighter's History last seen release title was in 1997 on the Sega Saturn, known as Fighter's History Dynamite. Later on, the company that actually produced the game, Data East Studio, had to close a bankruptcy in 2003. So I'm sure the license is still out there if anybody's willing to pick it up and bring it back to modern times. Coming in at number 3 is one of SNK's classic fighting series, Samurai Shodown. With the first game being released in 1993, it was an instant smash hit among fans. Instead of being like most traditional fighters, Samurai Shodown lets you control an ancient samurai warrior from feudal Japan with a colorful cast of characters including ninjas, samurais, and even weird deities. Samurai Shodown was hoping to take over the fighting genre with its new and unique gameplay. Over many years, Samurai Shodown seen a multitude of different sequels, including 6 main series games and I believe even 2 3D fighters, with the last one being released in 2008 known as Samurai Shodown Shin. It was a bad end to the series, so hoping with the newly revived SNK, it'll bring back one of its best fighters.
I know this is another SNK Samurai Fighter, but the Last Blade series was one of my most favorite played as a kid. I was introduced to it by a friend of mine named Dave. This series it felt different to me. It felt different from Samurai Shodown with its kind of more cartoonish characters. This one was more as a gritty samurai fighter with its music and its backgrounds and how the characters moves. I just really love the game. The first Last Blade was actually released in 1999 with a sequel coming later on known as The Last Blade 2, which is the one I love the most in the series. And most recently it had a PS4 release, so hoping with the popularity of that release it'll give SNK another look into bringing back the Last Blade. Okay, now we get to the #1 game I wish had a sequel. This is one of the games that I'm sure everybody will have on a list if they make one. It is none other than Capcom vs. SNK. The first one being released in 2000 was the first game in a series of 2 that was a joint effort from Capcom and SNK, where each company took assets from the other company to make the game. Capcom making the CVS series and SNK making the SVC series. Number 2 in the Capcom vs. SNK 2 is one of the most regarded best fighters. Anybody will tell you gotta play this. It's so good. It got multiple characters, different play styles, the music, the background, the secret bosses. The game was just fantastic. This has been one of the most requested games that fans want to have a sequel. So hopefully in the future, after Capcom gets done with all it needs to do with Street Fighter V, it'll take a look back at its other series, Capcom vs. SNK, and re-release another one for fans to enjoy. Thank you for staying through the whole video. If none of the fighters you liked made the list, be sure to leave a comment below telling me your list of fighters you would like to see that have a sequel. Be sure to like this video, share it, and click the subscribe button right there in the corner of the screen. Thank you, and have a good day.